So today we are going to talk about the old and new version of the Palm Springs Mini. My name is Lisa, this is my channel, and I would love if you could subscribe and you could like this video as well, it really helps me out. So let's just get straight into it. This one here is the new model, and this is the old model. It's not even zipped yet, we'll get into that in a minute. So the big difference on these two bags, as you can see, is this zipper is exposed and this zipper is hidden, okay? So basically, there was let's say an error or fault in the original bag where the zip gets caught and sticks and you can't really, it's like not easy to open. So they've changed it now, I think it's since 2018 or so, they've changed it now to this exposed zip as it's easier. So first of all, this is the new version. As you can see, there's absolutely no problem they're opening that. You can do that all day. It's very simple, especially when you're wearing it. It's, you know, you want it to be easy to open. So there you go, that's the new version. So this is even zipped, and it's not zipped for a reason because I hate zipping it. So as you can see here, it gets caught because there's almost like no room for the runner, and also the angle you're having to pull it at, it's not letting it glide nicely. So there we go. Now to open it, like that's such a hassle. Like imagine you're in the shop and you're trying to get your wallet out. You kind of have to, so that's okay. It does work. That was the first big difference. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but there is a color difference in the two bags. Now this, in general, there's just different kinds of canvas anyway at Louis Vuitton, and when you go to the shop you'll be asked to see the same two bags, say it's the two brand new ones of these with the new zips. There can always be like a little bit of a difference in the canvas, so when you're buying it, make sure to just kind of ask to see what ones they have in stock so you can pick what one you like more. To me, this one's brighter and the LOV and the print is more bold, and this one's definitely more warm toned and not as vibrant, and I prefer the print on the old version. So a lot of people say that there's not really any size difference, and when you go into the inside of the bag, there's not a size difference at all. I wouldn't say anyway. But when you look at them side on side, now they're not filled, so that's kind of why they're, there we go, that looks better. They're not filled, so as you can see, I think this one looks, the old version looks a little bit bigger. I think it's because the lip comes out further. And I think I prefer the, like this is easier to use, there's absolutely no doubt about it, but I think I prefer the look of the old style. So it's a pity they couldn't find like a middle ground. Maybe they could have moved the zipper to here or something like that, because I feel like that looks nicer. What else? Yeah, these little pockets here also, they're really difficult to open as well on both of them, not just, they haven't changed the style of the little pocket. So if you can see, again, it's very stiff, and that you can kind of try and move it up. It does work a little bit better, but it's, you're kind of forcing it a lot. My husband was saying you could hold this little leather tag, but whenever you're doing it and you're wearing it, it's still very difficult. And that pocket to get into, it's very tight. Like it's not too small, but the opening is really tight. You can kind of see from the side, you can kind of see it goes out. So up here there's very little room and there's a short zip, and then it's like kind of boxy down here. So actually get things in and out. I'd be interested to see if that kind of wears or gets damaged over time. Another thing I find is the back is slightly different. This one, I don't know if it's a fault. To me, I wouldn't be overly happy with it. You see how this one's very straight here? You know, it's very flush and straight. This one has a big dip here, and I don't know if that's a stitching error or that is just the way the new ones are, but you can kind of see it goes up and then it curves in, and there's a dip. You know, it's not flush. In regards to the padding and everything at the back, there's padding here at the back. I do feel like they're basically the same. Size wise, they are the same. I have tried items in them and I feel like they're the same. And that's basically it really for that. There's the base of them if you want to see. you know, side. The handle as well, that was the other thing. So the handles are slightly different. The old version is a little bit less black, and this is more black. It could be just a different leather, and that could just go from bag to bag. That might not just be like old versus new. If you go in the store, the leather could be slightly different as well, so that's something else to look out for. D-rings and all the metal seems to be perfectly the same. All the measurements seem to be the same. So, long story short, what one would I tell you or recommend to buy? I prefer the look of this one, definitely. But this one's so easy, I don't know. It depends, like, I think if I were to use this bag more, I think I would just leave it open if I'm using a crossbody. But on your backpack, you obviously can't do that. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to go for that one just because it's so easy. Like, look how easy that zip is. You know, that makes it so much easier to get into. Like it's just like a lot of hassle